Be grateful for all your gifts. If you're spending time in self-improvement space, if you know anything about improving yourself, improving your mental health, you probably are familiar with the subject of gratitude, specifically gratitude journaling. And if you haven't heard of it, well, gratitude journaling is basically just listing out what you're grateful for, right? Just being grateful for things around you, appreciating small little things, right? So basically, what this does, right, by practicing this gratitude, is it literally makes it so that you're a more positive person. It gives you this weird ability to look at basically any situation and somehow find the positive, even if it's a negative situation. Just kind of see the world around you and just be grateful, right? I don't know why my collar's being weird on this rope, whatever. Just looking out and appreciating the world around you. This is actually so incredibly powerful. You might be thinking like, oh, gratitude, whatever. Like I look at the bright side, whatever. No big deal. But I'll give you a scenario. Imagine you just failed a test, right? And it was a big important test and you just failed it. If you were the kind of person who practices gratitude, if you're able to look on the bright side, right? Because failing a test is a bad thing, right? Objectively, like what teachers say when everyone says failing a test is a bad thing. But if you're the kind of person who practices gratitude and is able to look on the bright side of things, you'll realize that failure is actually a good thing, because what did it do? It taught you that you needed to get more sleep, right, for the next test. It prepared you for the next test. It taught you that you need to maybe study longer. Maybe you need to study more effectively. Or maybe you need to study less. Maybe you need to get more sleep. Maybe you need to not eat carbohydrates. Because little things like this can affect your performance, your mental performance, right? By getting that background with tests, you're able to learn from your mistakes. You're able to grow. And you're able to change. You're able to be more prepared for the next challenges that life throws at you. See what I just did there? I took a negative situation, and because I practiced gratitude, I was able to turn it around and turn it into a good one, right? And when you practice gratitude, this actually becomes automatic. It's so incredibly powerful. Anyone who's watched this video who's practiced gratitude for a period of time will understand this, that your brain will automatically produce positive thoughts, positive versions of situations. And I'm not going to lie to you, I recently have not been practicing gratitude for very much, right? And if you haven't really been sold on gratitude yet, when you stop practicing it, like I used to practice gratitude a lot, and you kind of stop practicing it, like it used to be my routine. I used to be very diligent about listing 3 things every single day that I was grateful for, and it was great. It became automatic, like I said earlier. But because I kind of stopped practicing gratitude as much, what happened is I literally became a more negative person. I stopped changing my perception of things. I stopped looking at the bright side so much. Something bad happened to me, I would go, oh man, that sucks, right? It's bad, right? I wouldn't reframe it into a negative thing, into a positive thing. By practicing gratitude and making it part of your habits, that is literally the most effective way you can get this ability to automatically produce positive thoughts. And something interesting that I've thought about, and a lot of people talk about in the self-improvement space, is that a lot of mental health issues boil down to the kind of thoughts your brain produces, right? If your mind produces a lot of negative, degrading thoughts, right, then your mental health is going to be bad. But if your mind produces a lot of positive, uplifting thoughts, then your mental health is going to be better, right? And so literally by practicing gratitude, it improves your mental health so drastically, so effectively, right? Think about it, right? The kind of depressed, moody kid that you know, or maybe that kid's you. If he started practicing gratitude, started to appreciate the world around him more, then he'd probably be happier. He'd probably smile more. He'd probably look at things around him and think, wow, life is great, right? Instead of being moody and depressed all the time, right? Maybe that kid's you. Maybe you're starting to think about maybe practicing gratitude now. So what I plan to do, because I have not been practicing gratitude as much lately, and what I highly recommend that you do, is make it a part of your routine. Make it a habit every single morning to list 3 things you're grateful for, right? Maybe open up your window, look outside in the morning, maybe look at the birds, look at the nature, or if you live in a big city, look at the building, the steel, the concrete, I don't know, whatever you look at in big cities. And just think of things to be grateful for. And eventually you'll start to look at negative situations and you'll find the positive. You'll be known as that guy who's always looking at the bright side, who's always upbeat, who's always positive. You're not the down, depressed, kind of moody guy, right? You'll be the happy guy. You'll literally become more charismatic. People want to hang out with you more because people want to hang out with that energy. People want to hang out with the kind of guy who's more positive, more upbeat, more just happy, right? Practicing gratitude is one of the best things you can do in your self-improvement journey. I highly recommend that you do it. So yeah, be grateful for all your gifts. That's all I got for today. May God bless you and stay wild.